You are listening to the Academic Wellbeing Series, brought to you by Academdum. This series is designed to help you understand how to apply your faith to your academics. If you've ever felt overwhelmed, disconnected, or simply in need of direction, you're in the right place. Let's dive in.
The person can be saying out of a realization that based on what I want to make out of my life, I'm not exactly going to depend so much on my certificates or like my program of study in school. Right? So probably that's not my career. That's not the career path I want to venture into. But so someone that has made up his mind that he wants to be a YouTuber, for example. Now, this is just an example. And he's studying petroleum engineering. He's in his mind, he's like, yeah, well, I'm not going to use the certificate. What I want to do is YouTube. I want to create content and things like that. Even the knowledge can also serve him, right? To like do better stuff and like, do you understand? And then there's another side of it when people say, school is not for me. What they're actually saying is that school is not working for me. And what they actually mean, because I will get into that. There's a difference between what is happening and what is going on. But we'll get into that, don't worry. We'll talk about that later on. What they're actually saying is that it's not working out for me, so I'm not getting the results I actually desire to get. So because of the kind of feedback I've gotten from teachers, from parents, and all sorts of, and the environment, they just concluded school is not for me. I'm not good. It's not my thing, and those kind of things. Honestly, all those kind of things. In fact, let me share something with you. So it was a mind shift for me, literally, a literal mind shift for me. So last year, this 2025, last year 2024, so God was impressing on my heart an idea for a webinar. Okay, so it was an idea for a webinar to organize, put together a webinar, and I was just thinking, I was like, okay. Holy Spirit, will you help me do what you ideas? Yeah, because from time to time, I receive ideas for like academics and for like students and things to execute and like to help students become better and things like that. Right. So this that you're listening to right now is one of the expressions of these ideas, right? And I was just thinking like, okay, what's this idea? Right, and we documented it down, and it was going to be a webinar, and the webinar was going to be called "Everyone is a Genius." And yeah, even wonder what am I saying? Everyone is a genius for you. Don't worry. I'm going to link the recordings because it happened already, 2024, right? That was there about in October last year. So we'll probably link to the recording so you can get that recording, listen, and also like gain perspective as to how exactly is everybody a genius. Okay, so but the emphasis there was the fact that it was time to teach people and to make people understand that everyone is a genius across capacities. The issue here is people don't know, people don't even believe this is. Some don't even know, some actually know, you don't know how to activate that consciousness, how to activate the genius in them. And some people don't even know how to, even if I activate it, what is it? How am I manifesting? How am I sharing, showcasing it to the world? There are many things here. And so that webinar happened last year. And during the preparation, when I was preparing for the webinar, so I had this time where I took some time off almost completely off the grid. Went to a particular place, a very nice place. The place it's a very serene environment, quiet, like vacation kind of setting, and I was just there, just relaxing and preparing my heart also for preparing for the webinar. And there was something you really put up in my eyes to see. I'm telling you, oh my goodness. It shocked me. I mean, I didn't know it was. I mean, I think like I just felt like I mean, not every I know, but when I saw that, I was like, oh no, let me tell you what I said. What exactly the truth I encountered was the fact that nobody's dollar. It sounds like a very simple statement, but nobody, I mean, absolutely nobody, no human being is dollar. Nobody was designed a dollar. Nobody was created a dollar. I mean, even from when we talked about intelligence and the very source of intelligence being that breath, that vital force that God infused into man, you already know that every human being by design, by default, is intelligent. Or let me not say it's intelligent, but every human being by default has intelligence embedded in them. So no human being is a dullard by design. And I was like, eh? And guess what? Okay, let me show you what I saw. Let me show you what I saw. So yeah, let's check out Psalms 92. Okay, let me show you what I saw, and so you can also see what I saw, or I can help you to see what I saw. Yeah, Psalms 92. Yeah, Psalms 92. We're going to read verse 4, verse 5, and verse 6 in the Message translation. Alright, in the Message translation. So I'm reading it now. It says, "You made me so happy, God. I saw your work and I shouted for joy. How magnificent your work, God. How profound your thoughts. Dullards never notice what you do. Fools never do get it." Did you hear that? Dullards never notice what you do. Fools never do get it. Okay, let me explain what is happening here. So, you see, we're reading from like verse 4. Now, the psalmist here was saying, God, you make me so happy. I saw your work and I shouted for joy. I saw your work, I shouted for joy. Now, this work here is referring to like your creation. Okay, let's read it. Should we read it in King James? Let's check out verse 5 in King James. Verse 5 in King James. It says, "O Lord, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep." That's in King James. How great are thy works? Just look around you. Nature is a product of God's work. Nature is a product of God's work. Look at the human. I mean, sometimes I'm just wowed. It now makes sense why the psalmist says, how profound are your thoughts? How deep are your thoughts? Just examine the human body, the human physiology, the human body function. Okay, so I'm about chemist by training. When I say training, I mean like a degree in biochemistry, and biochemistry teaches and makes you understand the chemical side of life, so the metabolism, what's the chemistry behind life that we know and that we see and that we experience. Right, so we talk about pathways, talk about breakdown, talk about metabolism, talk about like food, talk about macromolecules, carbohydrates, and these things. And we're taught of how you taking a spoon of rice, putting it in your mouth, the amount of processes that take place on that one spoon of rice. By the time you now get energy from that one spoon of rice, it is a lot. It's a lot, and you can literally see the design. You see that this was not guesswork. This was not guesswork. God sat down, conceived. This is deep thoughts, deep thinking, conceived and designed the entire workflow. From your mouth to the enzymes working in your mouth to how it moves down to the stomach, the esophagus, gets to the stomach, and the stomach rather. You have so many things happening to it in the stomach, and it comes down. I mean, profound stuff. So, observing nature, look at how nature works. Look at this. deep works, magnificent works. How great are your works? And the psalmist says, dullards never notice what you do. Meaning, if I can recognize nature, every and any time you say, wow, this is impressive. Every time or any time you are let me say you are impressed or you're marveled by nature, by the workings in nature and the world and creation. Every single time you do that, you are noticing what God has done. You're noticing what God does. And only dollar can never notice that. So if you can notice that, it's as simple as, wow, this flower is really beautiful. You noticed it. You noticed the beauty in the flower. If you can do that, obviously, you can't be a dullard. So I need you to tell, you can tweet this, you can post this, you can tell your friends, tell your classmates, tell your classmates, tell any and everyone. You are not a dullard. Nobody is a dullard. If you can appreciate nature, you can appreciate creation, you can't be a dullard. You can never be a dullard. Are you still with me? Okay, so now, if nobody is a dullard, if nobody was designed a dullard, how come people think they are, or people think so? In fact, even teachers call students, call children dull, as sad as it sounds. Parents do that. So the child already even assumes and takes up that identity. And the brain rewires itself to assume that identity. Why? Number one, they don't know. Actually, they don't actually know this I just said. That's why I'm saying, share this with someone. Tell someone about this. I've explained this to you, so you can also explain it to another person. And also make them see that guy, relax. You can't be dull. Number one, we're designed with a literal spirit of intelligence. From your original design, intelligence is embedded into you. Number two, if you can appreciate nature and recognize the wisdom, the beauty of nature and creation, trust me, you're not a dullard. So share this with them, tell them about this, explain this to them, so they can also come to the consciousness that, oh, okay, wow, this is powerful. Because the fact that you don't know something doesn't mean it's not there. I tell you. So if you have let's say, for example, a grandfather, a very rich grandfather who is probably in his late 90s and is getting very old and stuff, the fact that he did not tell you that he has written down his will and how he's going to distribute inheritance and properties amongst his children and grandchildren does not mean it's not there. You just don't know. It's the same thing across many things. There's so many things people just don't know. And because of that lack of knowledge, that gap in knowledge, they assume it's the normal. Meanwhile, you just need to get knowledge in place. I mean, look at airplanes today. So the whole idea of flight, man being able to fly, people conceive it, people give up on it, people laughed at it. But the funny thing is, was it when the Wright brothers was it when they actualized the first plane, or actualized that, or proved that man could actually start flying? No, the principles have always been in place. The principles of flight. Birds are doing flying. Okay, the principles of flight. Now you have about 4 forces involved with flight. Okay, lift, thrust, and all these things. These principles have been in existence even as man, the very first man, was created. Birds have been flying, but man did not know. We didn't come into that consciousness. We didn't come into that knowledge. But was it there? Definitely. What we just did was we discovered it. We connected, we understood it, we made sense of it, and then we applied it. So the fact that you don't know something does not mean it's not there. So go for knowledge. Go for knowledge. You realize how life becomes so much easier. Go for knowledge. I'm telling you, I can tell you this for free. Go for knowledge. Some things look like big problems, some things look like complex situations, until you find and you discover the knowledge that really makes and solves that supposed complex problem. Okay. It's not even just about the knowledge. When you get the knowledge, now you need to come into understanding. You need to understand that knowledge. Why? Because now I would always say that every body of knowledge, right, can be applied. Knowledge is useless until it's applied, or until it can be applied. And the way you go from knowledge to application, which is wisdom, knowing what to do, is understanding. Understanding. Okay? Understanding. So I want to, but I think go here. I think all days I'll talk a bit more on understanding, on this concept of understanding. I'll talk a bit more on it, so people actually understand. And get what exactly we're saying here. Understanding is, oh my God, it's so powerful. It is. I can tell you for free. Understanding is so powerful, in fact. And it's the gap, it's the bridge between knowledge and wisdom. Wisdom is the application. You knowing and you being able to make use of what you know is a function of understanding. So I'm just going to stop here on this subject matter and I'm going to emphasize this again. Don't forget this. Never forget this. If this is the only thing you take out of here, fine. Every human being is intelligent, and academic performance, top grades, best in class, does not always equate to intelligence. So you can be getting top grades and you are not putting your intelligence to use. And you may not be getting top grades and you're actually exercising intelligence. So please never forget this. Every human being is intelligent. Nobody is designed a dullard. Intelligence is embedded into your very design. If you are alive and breathing and you can obviously hear me now, it's because there's intelligence. Because there's intelligence embedded in you by virtue of the vital force that powers your life. The very breath, the spirit of life that literally sustains life in you.
Amazing! You listened till the end. Now tell me, what was your aha moment while you listened? Share it in the comment section and let others learn from your experience. Also, share today's episode with someone and stay connected with us for more faith-filled guidance on school, life, and purpose.